Hey everybody, welcome to Notes by Goats podcast. I'm Steve.
I'm Brandon.
What's going on, dude?
Dude, it's been a day today. The when you and I are recording, it is Memorial Day, but
Hey, we saw each other in person today.
we actually did for the first time in a bit.
Oh yeah, I'm busy and you can't drink.
That's true. That is 100% accurate. By choice.
You're busy too, but
Yeah, absolutely. So no, but things are good, man. Can't complain. We're finally getting into the swing of summer. It's hot as balls here in Michigan now.
finally turn my AC on.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. So it's kind of where we're at this point. But no, man, things are good. Full swing into softball at this point. No pun intended, or maybe it was.
Almost,
I don't really know.
Yeah, you're over halfway.
Over halfway. Yeah, we're definitely into the 2 games a week camp now. So things are looking up. So it's good.
Yeah, we're getting there. I mean,
go team go team everything pink is the
team
name.
everything pink. I love it. I love
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
one.
Yep, for sure. How are you, bud?
So I'm doing good, man. We're rocking and rolling over here. Just keeping our things going. The hot dog cart, good old Slinging Weenies, is had our first full event just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we had to cut a couple of back for June because we just licensing issues and things like that.
Sure.
But I think we're gonna do like 18 events in June, and we're only doing it till like the 23rd because we're going on vacation.
Yeah.
So like 18 events in like 20 some days. It's a busy time, but
It's
we're gonna
busy.
be even busier in July and August. So, but it's okay. That's what we did this for. It's just to be busy, to have fun, throw some hot dogs out there in the wind, and do our
There you
thing.
go.
But got to push the cart in the Memorial Day parade in Wayland today. It was pretty
Yeah, you
fun.
did. Yeah. How much
What's
is how much does your cart weigh? Like
uh
you clearly weren't like slinging weenies today,
no, throwing candy and
right?
stickers. But so if it's fully loaded,
Yeah.
it's probably between 600 and 700 pounds.
Okay.
If it's dry or has like a lot of stuff taken out, we took the propane out and the water tank out for today the propane because of safety, water tank because it's a 5-gallon water tank and it's heavy.
Right.
It's probably about 400 pounds today.
Okay.
So and that was, I think we pushed it about a mile,
I'd say about a mile. Yeah.
maybe a little bit more. You walked it, so you
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
I mean, chasing kiddos around and whatnot, but
Yeah.
I pushed it the whole way. Got a good sweat on this morning before it got too hot.
Yeah.
And it's our first one because we're actually I think and I'm pretty sure we are doing it now, but I'm pretty sure we're doing the 4th of July parade in Dorr, Michigan,
Oh my gosh.
which is the largest parade in the West Michigan area on the 4th of July.
And you don't have a truck anymore, do you?
Oh no, I'm pushing the thing whole. I'll push it the whole way, and then
Oh.
we're gonna sell weenies after the fact. So at a spot indoor. So, yeah, it's gonna be a long day
Oh
of
my
running,
gosh.
but
Because
I'm
I was
gonna
gonna
be
say if
pushing
you
that
still
cart.
had your truck, just load that sucker up in a truck
That's
and
cheating.
and then literally sling weenies, kind of like like they do at like the Griffins hockey games here.
Yeah, get the hot dog gun.
Yeah,
The wife's talked about it, so it's been discussed. But before we get started, we have two things to do before we get started today. Before we talk about the artist, but if you obviously people hopefully have read the title of our video or podcast, depending on where you're
yeah,
watching this at.
yeah, for sure.
If you are on the YouTube, find that subscribe button wherever it may be. Click
Yeah.
it, help us out. We're up to like 13, 14 subscribers, which is great because a couple months ago we only had 2.
Sure.
I think they're both Brandon and I.
Yeah.
But we are getting up there and up there. We're almost to 1,000 views on YouTube. Good for us. I'm gonna take it.
Yeah. Because
Slowly but surely we're
YouTube
building.
wasn't really gonna be like a thing for this year, and then we're all of a sudden we're just like, screw it, let's go. So
All of a sudden, I looked at Brandon and go, I can edit video, and I've been doing that pretty much all the time. So
yeah.
It helps. But that's the first thing. The second thing, it's Tuesday. It's June 6th.
Yeah.
In just a couple days, we are going to be having a lot of events in the downtown Wayland area. If you're in the West Michigan area, on June 10th, there's going to be the Wayland Summerfest Main Street celebration. It runs from 7 o'clock in the morning. Technically, there's a pancake breakfast all the way through 10 o'clock at night. Now, there's going to be music and live events from like noon until like 10 o'clock at night. They're going to have live music. They're going to have a teen chill out zone with a skateboarder, a bunch of other cool stuff, rock climbing wall, firefighter demonstrations where they're actually going to play like tug of war with this metal ball with the water hoses. A lot of fun to watch and see. Arts and craft festival, food galore. Not only there'll be slinging weenies there, but there's going to be music, and there's a couple of food eating contests. One kid one adult one. There's a kids color run, and all kinds of other fun stuff that's coming out. The best part is it's free. The event itself is free. You have to pay for food and things like that. If you want to come out and buy a hot dog, buy a weenie from my wife or I when we're doing that, do that. But the best thing about this, Brandon, is we're hosting this thing.
Yeah, one or both of us for sure.
Both of us will be there at some point.
Yeah.
And one of us will be there for the other off points. And I'm more likely to be myself. But we are hosting this thing from 11 a.m. until 8, 9 o'clock.
Right.
And then we'll be around hanging out and doing our thing downtown. Come hang out with us. Say hello. We'll have some stickers. If you find us, ask for a sticker. We'll have some stickers on us that are free.
Yeah.
But come out and see us as you see, and then check our Facebook and our TikTok as well. We'll be posting videos on there from different events that we're at. I'm gonna be going Facebook Live from our events quite frequently. The motorcycle events, be it all the live events that you're finding us at over the next couple of months. I'm gonna do at least 1 or 2 live videos from there to help promote it. So if you are friends with us on Facebook, follow along because we're doing some more fun stuff there.
Sure.
Brandon, enough about us.
Yes.
I've been talking about us a lot lately here.
Yep.
I'm very excited to get out in the public, man.
For sure. It's
gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
But today we're doing something I said I would never do.
Well, you said you would do it, but it would have to be with a certain guest.
Well, and that was his other album. I will take that back. It was the first double album, triple bullshit that he did.
Yeah.
And I walked it back a little bit, even though that guest did say he'd come on and do country music, but I want to do good country music.
Yeah.
With that guy, because I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna eat a little crow, and not really, because this guy's gonna get it. Brandon, who are we talking about today?
Steve, we are talking about the one and only Morgan Marie Wallen.
You're close.
And his album, One Thing at a Time.
There's 36 one things here.
Yeah. So, Steve, with 36 one things, let's get into Morgan Wallen. It's probably the biggest thing this guy has.
I mean, technically, yes. There's a lot of this guy's story here. Okay, Morgan Cole Wallen, American country music singer and songwriter from the good old state of Tennessee. No one said that very recently. Good and Tennessee in the same title. It probably won't be for a while either until we go down there in October. Active since 2014. He competed on The Voice in the 6th season. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
I figured you're you're that guy. You know all those things.
Yeah, I didn't know that though.
Do you watch The Voice?
I've here and there, but not enough to.
He was on Survivor or Big Brother. You'd know him all right away.
Yeah, for sure.
Or The Bachelor.
That's true.
I tell you. He actually started out with Usher, but ended up being with Adam during there. He was eliminated in the playoffs of The Voice, so he made it pretty far. I would assume. I don't watch The Voice, but the playoffs seem like it's pretty decent.
Yeah.
And he ended up signing with a record label and released his debut EP Stand Alone in 2015.
Okay.
Second full album was called Dangerous. The double album is actually the full name. Became the first country album to spend its first 7 weeks at #1 in the Billboard chart. Spent a total of 10 weeks in that spot and was the first since Whitney Houston's album Whitney to do it since 1987. So it was the first album to spend 10 full weeks at the #1 spot since Whitney's album. Third studio album has broken more records, and I'll get into that in a couple minutes. Morgan's first dream, though, was to play professional baseball. He tore his UCL in high school and never really recovered. Those breaks. Now he's like Uncle Rico.
Right.
After this, he decided to learn to play guitar and grew fond of country music, especially artists like Keith Whitley and Eric Church, who he's attempted to model his sound kind of after.
Okay.
All right. Those are the nice things about Morgan. Then I take a break. Now let's go into the dumb. All right. Dumb things Morgan Wallen has done. In May of 2020, he's kicked out of Kid Rock's Nashville bar and arrested for public intoxication and disorderly conduct. October of 2020, video drinking and making out with a woman at a packed bar, maskless during a pandemic, days before his making his debut on SNL, which led to his performance being canceled by SNL. February of 2021, well, actually, we can go back December of 2020. He did actually end up playing an SNL and made fun of the fact that he was drinking in a bar without a mask on. People didn't like that very much. I thought it was funny. February of 2021, this was not funny. Video emerges of Morgan dropping the word we can't say on the podcast, or won't say on the podcast, on someone's Ring doorbell, of all things.
Classy.
February 3rd of 2021, due to the previous event, Morgan's music was pulled from major radio airplay. He's suspended from his record label. February 10th of 2021, Morgan apologizes for the use of the slur.
While probably using the slur.
More than likely took him 9 days. If you want to see a funny video, check out Wheeler Walker Jr.'s apology video that was released shortly after on this one. It's hilarious.
Okay.
It's very, very good. I want to use it on our podcast, but there's a lot of words we shouldn't say. I made you say a few of them, but we probably shouldn't say them again.
Sure.
October of 2021, Morgan is banned from the American Music Awards for the slur. He was also banned from the CMAs and the Grammys that year. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. April of 2023. Oh, that was just recently. Morgan cancels a show minutes before he was scheduled to appear due to the loss of his voice. However, it was reported that he was actually too drunk to perform, but it was denied by a record label. Here comes the best part. Morgan Wallen is actually being sued by a fan that was at that concert because of out-of-pocket expenses incurred due to his cancellation of the concert. These people not understand that, like, this was pretty commonplace back in the 80s and early 90s that artists would have a little too much and couldn't do it. Like George Jones apparently was known for this.
Really?
According to Justin Danger Nutley, yeah, George Jones used to cancel shows all the time because he was too drunk to go on stage. He'd show up, the openers would play, and then George wouldn't come out because he couldn't walk.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, but Morgan did it because he couldn't sing. But I mean, we all seen the video of Luke Combs who went out on stage during a show and couldn't sing very well, refunded the entire show, and still tried his best to put on a show. But there's a difference between those two guys.
Yeah, for sure.
More than that, I mean, but no Grammy nominations yet, hence being banned from the Grammys during his first album, because he probably would have won a couple for Dangerous. Just saying. Three total albums, 12 singles. Dangerous, as the album essentials, was the third most streamed album of 2022, only behind Bad Bunny and Harry Styles.
Oh, all right.
So apparently getting banned didn't really hurt his bottom line.
Wow, no.
How many Spotify listeners do you think this guy pulls?
I'm going to say 13 million.
It's 24 and a half.
Okay.
24 and a half. I want to look up some. So One Thing at a Time was released March 3rd, 2023. It's 36 tracks, 112 minutes long. Good Lord, it's long. The album features tracks with Hardy, Eric Church, and Ernest. Not like the Did I Do That, Ernest? Or not like,
Did I
Urkel.
do that? That's Urkel.
That's Urkel. What was Ernest?
You're talking like Ernest Saves Christmas.
Yeah. Like John Cena before he was
like
cool.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who John Cena looks exactly like.
The original. Yeah,
Slinky Dog.
The original Slinky Dog. Yeah.
Slinky Dog. Yeah, Jim Varney. I know Jim.
Yeah.
I know Ernest was Jim Varney.
Yeah.
But have you seen Ernest and John Cena like face to face, like next to each other? Dude, same person.
But I can
Except,
see it.
John Cena's like a jacked Ernest. It's amazing.
Yeah,
and
I can see that.
I could see him playing Ernest too. He'd do very well at it. He'd probably have a lot of fun with it too.
Ernest Saves Wrestling. Have it be John Cena.
Might be onto something there.
But like prior to like Ernest getting old. Anyway.
I don't know. You might be onto something there. I like it.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So the album did debut at number 1 on the Billboard charts, on Billboard 200. It's been out for 11 weeks now. It is still number 1 on the Billboard charts.
Wow.
Um, Dangerous, the double album, has been on the charts for 123 weeks. It is currently at number 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, both of those albums.
Interesting.
The song Last Night is at number 1. It's been number 1 for 17 weeks
Oh my.
on this album. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sold 501,000 copies its first week of there. 111,000 of those were pure albums sold. The rest of them were, the digital conversion to how many albums, whatever it takes to downloads.
Yeah.
It is the biggest week for country music sales since 2021, which was Swifty's version of Red.
Okay.
Its 36 tracks earned a total of 498.28 million streams its first week.
Wow.
It was streamed nearly 500 million times.
Wow.
The tracks were.
That's crazy.
That week, all 36 tracks entered the Hot 100 chart, breaking the record for the most songs in the chart by one artist and the most debuts in the chart with 27. He also had 5 of the top 10 spots with his first song, first number 1 song with Last Night, as I mentioned, has been number 1 for 17 weeks. He's a very popular guy.
Oh, for sure.
Just go with that. Singles. There's 4 of them. 36 songs, only got 4 singles. What the hell are you doing, Morgan? You got You Proof, I Thought You Should Know, Last Night, and One Thing at a Time.
Yep.
Now, Brandon, do you want to tell the kids what we're doing today? Because we're not actually doing our typical review.
No, but we're doing something that has become pretty norm for us here in 2023 with larger scaled albums.
Keep doing big ones.
Absolutely. That's all right. You do the big ones and then you have to only go to the small ones. That's what she said. So with that, we are doing our top 3, bottom 2. That's what she said. Again, I don't know, but that's what we're gonna do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have we're both gonna do our top 3s. We'll play a game. I don't know. Whatever. However,
somebody figure the math on that out for me. I like there.
Yeah, for sure. That's gross.
Oh, the Vulcan.
Yeah,
that was just for video, guys. Just for video. Watch that one on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure. We'll each do our top 3. We'll play a game, and then we'll do our bottom 2. So, Steve, let's get into it here, man. With our top 3 tracks from the Morgan Wallen album.
All right.
Oh man. All right.
How do you want to do it?
You'll go first.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. We'll see.
You want to just give it? You want to give and take?
Sure.
All right. Let's give and take. I'll go with my first one.
I like it.
So let's go. Man Made a Bar. My first one. So I'm a huge Eric Church fan.
Sure.
My wife and I have seen him a couple of times. We actually saw him do a show by himself. It was amazing.
Nice.
This track it's okay. It's catchy. It does say something about our culture though, and we praise God for all these great things that he did, even though that it's just, we even know that women were the best creation because, well, we as men, we are still fucking cavemen. We just are.
Right.
But then instead of leaning into those great things and enjoying the great things in life, we made a bar when the woman breaks us because of our dumb shit. 9 out of 10 times when a woman breaks our hearts because the man was an asshole.
Yep.
And most of the time, the biggest reason was alcohol.
Yeah.
Why we were an asshole. So I guess the grand story of the deal is, the Lord made something awesome, and then we fucked it up with alcohol.
Yeah.
By self-medication.
Yep.
That's the whole concept of this song. I'm pretty sure was a thing here.
Yeah.
And with that dude probably shouldn't be singing songs about booze anymore. I'm just saying right now.
Probably not.
He still will.
Of course.
But he probably shouldn't.
Because it sells.
Booze does sell.
Yep.
I'm drinking water today, so we're good.
There you go. Me too.
All right. So what is your first top of your 3s?
Yeah. So I picked Neon Star, the Country Boy Lullaby. musical composition of this track is executed pretty well. I thought he took the general chord progression of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Thought that was pretty cool. It kind of took me a minute to piece together what lullaby he was referencing, but once I did, I was able to appreciate this track kind of on a different level. So that one for me, Neon Star, was my first one. I'll just jump right in, Steve, to my next one, and I picked F1 5050. I wasn't gonna
Oh
pick
boy.
I wasn't gonna pick this song because the title of this track already guaranteed generally what this track was going to be about. But just like all other tracks on this album, I gave it a shot. And although the lyrics and story are pretty cheesy, I was able to put aside and can appreciate the music that was going on with this track. The tempo and sound was really good, I thought. Has that true country sound that I like to hear. So F1 5050 was my next one.
Nice.
Yeah. We'll get into
So
that later.
no, we won't.
Oh, okay.
I left it alone. It was
Oh, okay.
it was too shtick for me to go after it.
Sure.
It was low hanging fruit.
Well,
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad track. It just is like I couldn't shit on it too hard. There's other ones
Sure.
I could though. Don't worry.
For sure. Oh, yeah.
My next one that my top three. I'm not going favorites on this because I didn't really like any of
No.
these
Yeah,
personally.
for sure. For sure.
This one I think might be my favorite on the 36 album. I might have liked this one more than anything else.
Okay.
It's Thought You Should Know.
Okay.
So it's twofold for me. I was a shithead as a kid and a young adult. Did a lot of dumb shit.
I was gonna say, and an adult.
There are days. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people that will agree with you that, I mean, yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Right.
Doing a lot of dumb shit when I would led to be being in places that I shouldn't have been. My mom put up with a lot, supported me, and also stepped away when I needed her to like let me fly or fail. The good vibes that helped me kind of become the dude that I am today. And I think that I've done all right most of the time, depending on who you ask. During those times.
Yep.
Now I'm kind of on the other side of this equation, and I hope in 10 years I can say some similar things about the kids that I surround myself with. Time will tell. I'll just keep sending some vibes and seeing what happens. But the song is really just about I was an asshole, but I thought you should know that what you did didn't go unnoticed.
Yeah.
Kind of the parent aspect of things. You hope, but it just kind of is what it is.
For sure.
So I liked the track though. I actually think it's was one of the better done tracks on the album. So then I'll go with my next one.
Yep.
Is my last of my top three was Don't Think Jesus.
Okay.
I actually relate to Morgan Wallen. Like holy shit. The life that I live with my family can seem very unconventional. We have to do things very differently than most other parents and people, and we get judged frequently for it. This song is about people judging Morgan for being who he is, which is a good old boy country artist, but also like talks about his love of religion and things like that. But the things he does kind of counterbalances what those would think a religious person should do. And he just says, I don't think that's the way that things go about that. I love the fact that his point, the naysayers, is that Jesus doesn't shame or blame others outright. He loves them. He loves who they are. He walks alongside them, the battered, the beaten, the battered, the beaten, and the broken, and he loves them. And as a parent of hard children, living and walking a hard path, as a parent and trying to figure these things out, we need less condemnation and more love for those around us. Whether that'll actually happen or not is something completely other story. But
you're right.
I really liked the idea behind the song. It's like, don't judge me because of who you think I should be. Like, don't because of this grand idea of who you think someone like me should be, put me on a fucking pedestal just to knock me off of it.
Right.
Like, either be nice or keep your fucking mouth closed. Nobody cares.
Right.
personally how I feel. So
No, I get it, right, for sure. I get
and
it.
you've lived this life with me for quite a while now, so you understand
Yeah.
a bit of what I'm going from and
Yep.
coming from here, so you understand kind of where I'm at there. But it's
Absolutely.
just it's a hard road to hoe sometimes.
For sure.
And
I
not
get it.
telling everybody to shut the fuck up is a very hard thing to do,
Absolutely. For sure.
especially for
Understandable.
me.
Well, 100%. But you do a good job. I'll tell you
I
that.
do
So you hang in
bite
there.
my
So
bite my tongue quite frequently.
absolutely.
So what is your last of your top three?
You know, I went chalk on this one, Steve, and I went last night. It's a single. I get it. But I dug the groove that was kind of surrounding what he was doing with the music on it. Kind of took it beyond that country sound and into more of a hip hop groove that I
Mm-hmm.
thought was kind of different. So that one for me, I mean, it's plain and simple and easy. That's what she said. That's the third. That's what she said tonight. So I just, which I mean,
It's a perfect segue into our game
let's
because
go.
it's time for the that's what she said wang.
That's what she wang. Oh no.
Love it. Cue the music, Jair.
Let's play Wayne. Let's play Wayne. Word association and game. Wayne. Word association and game.
All right, Brandon, you got your water in. We're good to go. We can
Got
kick
the
back off with the
water.
game here.
Got my scrolling thumb ready to rock.
We do have 36 tracks here.
Yep. So how many
And
wangs are you giving me?
I picked the Quattro. I got
All
four.
right. The Quattro. Oh, that's
It's Edward Four Wang's hands.
okay.
Could do the 40 Wangs.
Yeah.
Morgan's almost there. I'm thinking the next album's gonna be 40 songs. It's Edward 40 songs.
Edward 40 songs. I like it.
I like it. So I did pick four of them. Let's
Sure.
see if I can start off with an easy one. That math doesn't add up.
That math doesn't add up. Born with a beer in my hand.
No,
Oh,
that's a good
that
one though.
math doesn't add up. Tennessee numbers.
100%.
Okay, got it. Yep.
Okay. All right. My next one. But did you read it?
I think we're gonna get into this track in a little bit. Let me find it. I wrote the book.
You're 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna get into that here in just a couple minutes.
I'm sure we will. All right. God made whiskey and
Keith Whitley.
yeah, you are 100% correct, but no.
God made whiskey and whiskey friends.
No.
Oh, God made whiskey
And
yeah, man made a bar.
there we go.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm trying to go more you on these ones instead of like going really off the cuff.
Yeah. I like it. I like it.
At the end of this album, I was a
Dying Man.
100%.
And that's the very end of that's the last track of the album. That's fantastic.
I really teed that one up for you, so to scroll too far.
You did. No, I was like, wait, at the end of the album, I was like, all right, what's the end? I literally scrolled all the way to the end. So that was funny. Nice work, my man. Nice
there we
work.
go. I do well for you. I think with 36 songs, and we're not going to do Shatner's Poetry Slam,
Right.
that I would come out with more wangs than we usually go with,
Absolutely.
and make them a little bit more fun. But so that leads us into our bottom two, which may not be our least favorites, but also might be.
Who knows?
So Brandon, you start. What was your first of your bottom two?
Yep. So we'll start with not the one that I already mentioned that we will. We'll start with the other one. I picked One Thing at a Time as a bottom track.
Nice.
This song just didn't fit with what was already happened or what had already happened on the album. And I just wasn't really feeling the sound. To me, the song sounded too poppy and almost had some country underwater thing. And I just didn't like it. So just like the level of this guy's lyrics, it's very surface level, but that is my first bottom track. So what about you?
Dude, I picked 98 Braves.
Yeah.
So honestly, no one really cares about a love song that has dumb baseball references, and I'm a baseball guy.
Right.
And I guess comparing a relationship to a promising team who blew it when it really counted the most. But it takes a deep level sports nerd to really understand this one.
Yeah. Oh,
To
for
break
sure.
this down for you guys. Your relationship won the division by 18 games. and then you got your ass handed to you by the Padres.
Mhm.
Is that like losing your girl to the nerd down the street?
Probably.
Because it was the Padres,
Yeah, in the
who
90s.
still haven't done anything cool since then.
I mean, they signed Manny Machado for a hot second.
Well, he still has him. He's still there.
I thought he was in the
No,
Dodgers.
he's still there. He's on
Okay.
for the Dodgers, so they got a nice, decent squad. But
Yeah.
they haven't done anything. It's still the fucking Padres.
Right. Yeah.
They lost to the Yankees during
Yeah.
this
And then
World
there's the
Series run.
Tigers. Now there's only and then there's the Tigers, who's now only 2 games out of 500.
They're almost 500. My God, we're
Anyway.
so terrible. So that was my first of my least. It was 98
All right.
Braves. I just thought it was stupid. So my next one, though, before you get into your last one,
Yep.
I picked Good Girl Gone Missing.
Okay.
This track is just weird.
Yeah.
The lyrical cadence is faster than expected with
Mhm.
that simple, like, sweet acoustic guitar lick that really carries the track.
Yeah.
And I felt like the production was battling each other. This happened in a couple of songs. The vocals seemed like they were recorded in a big room, and Morgan was like 15 feet from the microphone.
Yeah.
And the acoustic guitar is too loud and overshadows the singer.
Mhm.
And that added like AI style, like whoa, that they kind of like mixed in there was just weird. Like
I
I
get
was
it.
so honestly thrown off by the production of this song. I couldn't even really hear the lyrics, which didn't really hurt my feelings all that much.
Sure.
But it was just, you put out an album with 36 songs. I'm gonna get it. There's gonna be some stinkers on there, but this one was so like unlistenable. It was just
Mhm.
So
I
what
get
was your? I mean, what was your last of your bottom two? I think we know what it is, but why is it?
Yeah. So I wrote the book because I'm conflicted on this by this track. I understand the meaning behind it.
Mhm.
You know, it talks about how, for those who haven't listened to this album, talks about how he doesn't spend enough time reading the Bible and spending time with God, and that he spends more of his time drinking, spending time with girls and baseball and things like that. Now, clearly, I'm not one to judge somebody's personal relationship with God and whether or not they have one, but my conflictingness happens because I know a lot of Christian people who are fans of country music,
And this guy,
and a lot of country artists write songs about God. So that's where I'm conflicted because, again, I don't know this dude's life, nor is it my place to judge. However, the common denominator is the fact that Christian art, or that country artists do this. They create this theme around Christianity and how they get caught up in the worldly things and don't spend enough time with God, i.e., praying in a deer stand. You know, but I don't know. I just couldn't get behind it, and because of that conflict and what I was in my thoughts, I was like, there's a couple songs that relate to Christianity and the things of the world that he has on this album, but this was the first one that I really kind of struggled with. So I was just like, no, thank you.
this is the Faith Plus One argument, man.
Mm-hmm.
I've referenced that South Park episode so many times on this podcast.
Yeah.
But this is the Faith Plus One configuration of things here. You sprinkle some Jesus on it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna sell. I
Right.
mean, we talked. I've talked frequently about how my wife has told me that she obtained a master's degree by sprinkling some Jesus in papers,
Absolutely.
and it worked.
I mean, her and I went to the same place. I
And I
get
did,
it.
and you understand the sprinkling the Jesus, and you just didn't sprinkle enough.
That's true.
You gotta sprinkle some more in there.
Yeah.
But
Some more thousands of sprinkles in there.
Yeah,
Whatever.
there's lots of sprinkles. But it sells, and they buy it.
Right.
So you can market your sleazeball country music song that's bro country to its furthest reach.
Yeah.
To the Christian audience,
Mm-hmm.
because they're gonna buy it because you said Jesus.
You said Jesus, and then people, yeah, I totally understand, which I get. You understand the whole, like, people struggle with things and people whatever, and they don't spend enough time, like, whatever. We get that, but
It's hardcore marketing. It's all marketing.
it is
It's all marketing. It's all demographics. It's all trying to fit your base.
Yep.
He is the bro country Jesus and gun swilling redneck moron that's going to sell bajillions of records. Obviously, he still has and continues to.
Yeah.
People are literally paying $500 to $700 a ticket to see this man not show up to a stage.
Yeah.
Like 5 to 7. He is getting more than Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I mean, knock the Swifties all you want, but this dude is making money hand over foot.
Yeah.
And I personally, I think he's going to join the 27 club, but I can't see this dude lasting.
Really?
Personally, I don't. The things he's
Okay.
been doing, he might not make it.
Yeah.
He might. You never know. But let's get into our final thoughts about this guy, because
for sure, man. Yeah, let's get this one done.
This dude is. So I'll go first.
Go for it.
I'm already talking whatever. This dude's popular. They can't knock it. I can't knock his popularity. He's the good old boy redneck from the backwoods of Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
He is being forced to carry that pop bro country scene that the Florida Georgia Lines, the Jason Aldeans, Luke Bryans, the Blake Sheltons all kind of created. And they're all taking a break, or Florida Georgia Line broke up. And I think this pressure is why we're getting the behavior we see out of him.
Mm-hmm.
He might not be a terrible human. The jury's still out of there. But the shit he does makes it really easy to think though he is a terrible human.
Yeah.
Musically, the album really isn't special. Lyrically, it has some high points and the low points, and most of these tracks sit right in the middle. Morgan's saving grace is that he gives you 3 full-length albums in one, and just keeps cranking out music. He just has no filter to say, I'm going to weed some things out or hold some things back to actually give you a concise album. This thing is all over the place. I would love to see him settle down, give you a good 12 to 13 song album, concise, and really stop throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. Because when you put out an album with 35, 36 tracks, you're just telling me you have no idea what the hell you want to say.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense. Like,
no.
give me Zach Brown, give me Luke Combs, give me these artists that can, from top to bottom, give you a clear, concise album. Shit, Luke Combs gave us 2 with Growing Up and Getting Old, and it's the same album. He could have released both those together, and it would have made sense. But he released them separately, and they're like 14 to 16 tracks per. But every track from top to bottom makes sense. It tells a story.
Yeah.
Like, Morgan's story is fucking the kid from Family Circus.
Yeah.
You don't know where the hell he's going. He was there.
Right.
He doesn't know where the hell he's going. It's just, it's weird. But album itself, it's a 4 out of 10.
Yep,
I can't give any higher than that. There's so much content, which is why he got more points.
Yeah.
But it's a 4. What about you, man?
I get it. Musically, album isn't terrible, but it lacks a lot. And that's saying something. You've already mentioned it. Album 36 tracks long, almost 2 hours. This guy is just more honky tonk in Nashville than Luke Bryan. Like, it's just more of that. It's more of that kind of bro country that we've talked about. To me, lyrics are surface level and lack a lot of true deep meaning. There are tracks on this album that are catchy musically, but I feel like this album is just unnecessarily long and not needed. Again, narrow it down, concise. I think it would have been better. A lot of these tracks have the same tempo, same sound, same vibe, same content. Not a whole lot of risk taking on it. For me, 4.5 out of 10.
So right in the same spot.
Absolutely. Yep. So altogether, 8.5 out of 20. Didn't quite make the mark on it. I'm not terribly surprised based on our knowledge of Luke. It's funny. Of Morgan, but I was also hoping for better. Just knowing his popularity. But that is, guys, One Thing at a Time by Morgan Wallen. Steve, we are very much on the socials these days.
We are on the socials these
absolutely.
days.
Where can the kids find us on social media if they have not found us already?
You have not found us at this so far. You can find us on any of the major podcasting platforms. We're on them all. Also, Apple, Spotify, Pandora, iHeart, Amazon, any of them really. All the little ones too. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook, primarily on those two. We are on TikTok as well. I have mentioned YouTube. If you're finding us on YouTube, hello, you made this the whole episode. Way to go, you.
Look at you.
If you're not on YouTube, go over to YouTube, subscribe, like us there. We are putting out content just about every day. We're starting to get into our older stuff that I'm going to start putting out from last year. So Brandon's going to start sending me episodes to drop so I can get some more stuff out there. But each episode is giving me anywhere from 2 to 3 clips plus the full episode to throw out as well. So we're throwing out stuff every single day. And a lot of stuff we put out on YouTube doesn't make it to TikTok or to Reels. So if you're not subscribing on YouTube and you want to see more clips and things like that, maybe a podcast you haven't checked out yet, subscribe to YouTube. It's a good way to check out a lot of what we're doing without having to listen to full episodes, or because you just miss them and you want to find the funny stuff, go over to YouTube. I give you, 2, I would say out of the week, you might get 3 full-length episodes because of backlog and things that we're putting out. Plus, there are 2 episodes we do a week, so you're going to get 1 extra backlog episode generally, but you're also going to get 3 to 4, clips from different episodes we've done. So just fun stuff to check out here. Other than that, we are on Twitter. We haven't posted much on there because why, Brandon?
Screw you, Elon Musk. I don't know how
And
much
he's
longer
still
we're
the
gonna...
he's still the CEO, so we have to wait. We have to wait.
Yeah, we have to wait.
New CEO comes in, maybe we'll change our tune.
We'll see. Yeah,
Probably not.
probably not.
But we can hope.
Absolutely.
Hope and dream. But that being said, it is June 6th. If you are in the greater West Michigan area and you want something to do on June 9th, 10th, and 11th, we do have Wayland Summerfest coming up that we will be hosting and helping out with. Can't push that enough. And then next week, Wednesday, the 17th, I believe is the date. We will have the second Wayland Bike Night here. I think that's the right date. It might not be the right date, maybe the 21st.
I think so. I think you're right.
It's the 21st.
No, I think it's just, I don't know.
Let's look at the calendar really quick here before I get it wrong.
Beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop. June yes, June 21, June 21st.
It is the 21st, yep. So I was going to say on June 16th was the date I was thinking of, is our very first comedy night that we will be hosting, which is also a free event in downtown Wayland. Brandon and I are hosting with some Peach Pit Comedy Club comedians. Going to be the 16th, the 23rd, and the 30th of June. Come on down to Wayland, bring a chair. It's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of food. You can drink in certain areas of downtown. And it's a free event. So you want to come out to see some free comedy and see us on stage as well. It'll be fun. But other than that, guys, thank you for hanging out doing Morgan Wallen. If you made it the whole episode, thank you so much. I am Steve.
I am Brandon.
And this has been Morgan Wallen's One Thing at a Time. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Notes, my goats. Notes, my goats. Notes, my goats.